Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. Well, another early finish. Not quite as quick as Florian Marco's finish earlier on over Mr. Doran, but yeah, Mark Heffron goes out in 3 rounds. British and Commonwealth super middleweight titles, and he does it to Jack Cullen. I've got to be honest, I'm a bit surprised. Now Cullen, 29 years old, Little Lever's Meat Cleaver. What a brilliant nickname. 6'3". Both these guys have fought at lower weights, but Cullen was last seen back in March this year getting knocked out in 4 rounds by Diego Pacheco. Then 2 fights before that, he was up at, again it was super middle. He got stopped in 6 for the EBU title by Kevin Sajo. So he's a sort of win one, lose one, but clearly a guy's dangerous because Heffron was the favourite going in, and Heffron had quite a fair bit of his career at 154 actually. And then he went up to middleweight, didn't do too bad. Came in with the 29 wins with 23 KOs, 2 defeats. And the 2 defeats were stoppages. He lost to Denzel Bentley for the British middle title, and prior to that he lost to Liam Williams. That was down at was that 154 or 160? I can't remember. But anyway, he was favourite to beat Cullen because Cullen, 21 wins, 10 stoppages, and all 4 of his defeats have been stoppages, or knockouts, and he had a draw thrown into the pot as well. So very erratic Cullen, but this is a perfect example of what we mean by a guy who just doesn't quit, who stays dedicated. He's only 29, learns from his mistakes, takes his opportunities when they come along. He hasn't quite got over the line in the past, but now he's the British and Commonwealth champ. It shows you what can happen if you stay dedicated, if you keep a bit of self-belief, go back to the gym, work hard. And it's the same for Mark Heffron because he came back to win titles as well, and he can come back again. He's 31, which is not young but not ancient. So yeah, I mean, we've said it so many times. Both these fighters have had their bad patches in their careers, but they both ended up picking up belts. There's no doubt who this was a one-punch knockout. Essentially, it was a left hook. They were swapping left hooks in the 3rd round. Cullen beat Heffron to it, landed flush. Heffron split second behind. Heffron sort of swiveled and it's unhinged him, really, the punch did. His legs just sort of unhinged and he fell down. He managed to get up by the ropes. And as the referee, I think, would have stopped it anyway, but he kind of fell down again. It's almost like his legs just wouldn't support him. And I don't think he really knew where he was. And that's it. That's all she wrote. And that one punch, the first 2.5 rounds, I just got the feeling that Heffron started quite, he was edging forward all the time, little half steps, just looking to get into range, was being quite conservative with his punch out, but nevertheless was looking, you could tell he was sort of trying to find the range, and then he was going to let his hands go. Cullen, like I say, very tall. I mean, Heffron's about 5'11", Cullen's 6'3", doesn't always fight tall, very often crouches down and likes to fight in that sort of Diego Corrales way, tall guy, but likes to fight lower. But he had a very, very tight guard. And there was, in the 3rd round, there was a little moment where Heffron did land a pretty decent, I think might have even been a left hook that kind of, not shook him, but kind of got Cullen's attention. Cullen was using the ring more on the back foot. Heffron constantly moving forward, edging forward, looking, just, trying to get the range. Both orthodox fighters. There wasn't a great deal went on in the first 2.5 rounds, to be honest with you. It was just more of the same. And the fight, you got the feeling the fight was sort of bubbling under and was going to sort of, by the mid rounds would probably take off, with both guys realising that they had to get skates on. But at the same time, I mean, first 2 rounds, who did I give them to? I thought, you can go one apiece. It's really a case of, pick what you like. There wasn't really much in the first 2 rounds at all. The 3rd one, I thought, Heffron's winning this. Definitely winning this. He was edging closer. He was getting closer. And Cullen, even though he was using his feet a lot, was beginning to sort of use the perimeter of the ring more. He was being pushed back a bit more. But he was still proactive. And he does like a tear-up, Cullen, which might be why all 4 of his defeats are on on stoppage. And he's only got 10 well, now it's 22 wins with 10 KOs. it was out of the blue. I just didn't see this punch coming. More to the point, neither did Mark Heffron. But yeah, that's really all she wrote. I mean, Cullen was. You got to hand it to Cullen coming back from defeats. He's been knocked out in 2 of his last 3, and now he gets this opportunity and goes in and chins Mark Heffron with 1 punch. I don't think anyone's really done that to Heffron in the past. I mean, Denzel Bentley's a very good fighter. He stopped him in, what was it? What did I say? It was 4, something like that. Yeah, 4 rounds. That was back in 2020. So that's a little while ago. Denzel was undefeated at the time, and then you had Liam Williams, who's not a bad fighter, pretty good puncher, but no one's done this to Heffron in the past. I don't think so. Anyway, he's 31. Can he rebuild? Possibly, if he wants to have one last run around. But Jack Cullen, 29 years of age, he's now flying. He's got both those belts, Commonwealth and British. He's in the record books. Well done to him. And yeah, this was on the undercard of the Chris Eubank Jr. Liam Smith rematch. What did you think of it? It was on Sky Sports, whatever it is, box office, whatever the hell it is. I watched it using other means. But yeah, go and have a look at it. Tell me what you think, and leave your comments below. And thanks as always for your time. Comments down below, like I say. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit the like button, because that always helps us as well. Build up Joe Stunner Boxing. Nice one. We'll speak again soon. Bye for now.